Good morning, everyone. This morning we're going to be discovering the softer side of deep stretching. Focusing on the hips, we're going to be doing Malasana squat and Skandasana. Look at this beautiful morning under the New Mexico sky. Bright golden sun. Hanging out in somewhere New Mexico at some beautiful ruins. We'll sit here by breathing, getting into the moment, closing down the eyes. Let's inhale here and reach the arms up towards the sky. Hands meet, pushing the hands into one another, hands to heart center. Inhale as we reach the arms up again. Hands touch. Again, hands to heart center here. Inhale as we reach the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale as we twist over towards the left. Inhale back to center and exhale, twist over towards the right. Inhale back to center and exhale over towards the left. And again, we'll do the other side. Inhale as the arms come up, hands meet, exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Starting to do our wrist and hand stretches this morning, pressing the hands into one another so much so, we're going to stretch out the fingers, do the nicest stretches here. So exhale, and we'll press the right fingers into the left fingers, so much so that we start to stretch out that left hand, left finger. Inhale as we come back to center, and exhale. Press the left fingers into the right fingers. Oh, we get a nice big stretch in that right hand. If you inhale back to center, release and shake out those hands. Teeing out the arms here. We're going to do some wrist warm-ups where we're reaching down with our hands, and we're going to claw the hands as if we're reaching for a knob. And then the hands are going to reach up, fingertips up towards the sky, pushing the heel of the hand away from the body. So on a big exhale, let's go ahead and reach those fingertips down to the ground and reach for that knob. Getting a big stretch on the wrists. Ooh. Hold on here. I'm going to restart because I had to get rid of a little buggy. Teeing out those arms, and again, reaching those fingers down to the ground and grab for that knob that's just a little out of your reach. Inhale as you reach the fingertips up towards the sky, pushing the heels of the hand away from the body. Exhale, fingers down and grab for that knob. And inhale, reach those fingertips up towards the sky, heel reaching away from the hand, or reaching away from the body. Exhale, release the hands down here and give yourself a little bit of a wiggle in the arms, shoulders. Cactusing the arms here, heart slightly coming forward. We're going to do firecracker. Open and close those fingers. Open and open and open and close. starting to feel the heat burning up in the hands. Starts at the fingertips, works its way down the fingers, into the hands, into the wrist, and then it lights up in the forearms, feeling that nice little burn there, awakening the arms. Ooh, shake it out. We're going to cross the ankles here. We're going to meet in tabletop, head at the top of the mat. Let's organically move the spine, moving in ways just to get some movement in that spine this morning. Feels nice to move in this beautiful autumn sun. All right, getting ready for cat-cow. Send those sit bones up. Tuck the chin to the chest, round and the shoulders round in the back, chin to chest. Inhale as you send those sit bones up towards the sky. Belly reaches down, gazes up. And then exhale, tuck everything in, rounding here. Cat pose. Inhale, send those sit bones up, belly reaches down. We come into our cow pose. And then exhale, returning to cat. Returning to a tabletop here, we're going to wiggle out, sending those hips up and back, down dog. Feeling into our first down dog, pedaling it in, moving around, spreading the fingers wide, separating the scapula. Finding stillness. Then on the inhale, coming up to the tippy toes, and we're going to take a step forward, separating the feet nice and wide. I call this short dog. Exhale as we take that right hand and grab the left ankle and take a twist, bringing that heart as close to that thigh. Inhale, replace that right hand, and exhale, grab that right ankle with the left hand. Nice stretch here, gaze under that right shoulder. Inhale, plant that left hand down. We're going to take two big steps forward, feet on the outside of our hands here. Slight to generous bend at the knees. We're going to come into ragdoll. It's a nice forward fold, grabbing opposite elbows here and sway it in. Swaying feels really nice. Opening up the fascia, opening up the low back, maybe even feeling it along the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then exhale, we're going to fold. Planting the hands, heel toeing the feet back together. We're going to forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaching forward. And then exhale, we're going to fold. Plant those feet, stand, come to standing, hands meet above the head, and exhale, hands to heart center as we come into Tadasana here, our first Tadasana. Inhale, reach those fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, and continue to fold forward, leading with the heart. Planting those hands down. Feeling this nice stretch, feels good. Step back with that right foot to the back of the mat, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale as we come up to the tippy toes, wave the body forward into plank, dropping the knees down, untuck the toes, shift the hips back, child pose. Inhale as we come back into table, sending the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bend those knees and take a big step forward, feet on the outside of the hands, and we're coming into Malasana squat. Slowly sinking those hips down, elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows, thumbs into the sternum, sternum into the thumbs. Finding our pose here. Feeling the sun on our face. Yeah, nice opening. Planting those hands and those hips up and forward fold. Heel toeing those feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Planting the hands, we're going to step back with the left foot. And we're going to do a wide leg forward fold. Heels out, toes slightly in. Weight on the pinky edge of the foot and on the ball of the foot as well. Planting the hands. On an inhale, press those feet into the mat. We come to standing. Toes point forward and we come into our first warrior two. Inhale, lengthen out that front leg. And exhale, we're going to bend in the back knee, sending those toes to the back of the mat. And we're coming to our first Skandasana, sinking the hips down here. Inhale, push the ground away, and we take Skandasana at the top of the mat. Hands come to heart center here. Inhale, push the ground away. Hands at the top of the mat, we step back, down dog. Inhale as we wave the body forward, coming into plank. And exhale, drop the knees down, untuck the toes, child. Inhale, coming into table, tuck those toes, send the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left foot forward on the outside of each hand, coming into Malasana squat again. Elbows into the knees, knees into the elbows. Pressing the hands into the mat, forward fold. Inhale as we come to standing, bringing the hands above the head. Exhale here, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach those fingertips up. And exhale, hands to heart center, and continue to fold forward. Planting the hands here, take a big step back with the right foot. Walking the hands towards the center of the mat, wide leg forward fold, toes slightly in, heels slightly apart. Inhale as we come to standing, bending in the front knee, open up, warrior two. Finding our pose here. Lengthen out the back leg, and we're finding Skandasana again at the back of the mat, bending that right knee, flexing the left foot, walking the hands to the middle of the mat. Skandasana at the top of the mat, sinking those hips down, getting that nice big stretch. Plant those hands, take a big step back, downward facing dog. Inhale as we come forward into plank pose. Dropping the knees down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale as we come forward, tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale here, lifting the right foot in tripod dog, knee to nose as we shift the body forward, step that right foot in between the hands, dropping the back knee down. Inhale as we come up into a low lunge, nice strong low lunge. Exhale, sink those hips down. Plant those hands, lengthen out the front leg, and we come into pyramid pose. Back heel is lifted, toes tucked. Bend in the front knee here, opening up into warrior two, planting that back heel down. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Take a big step back, down dog. Inhale, coming into plank. Drop the knees down. Coming into child's pose. Inhale, come forward into table. Tuck the toes. Hips up and back, down dog. Lift that left leg up. Exhale here, knee to nose. Shift the body forward and step that left foot in between the hands. Dropping the back knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, sink the hips down. Planting the hands down, lengthen out the front leg. Pyramid pose. Finding your pose, dropping that back heel down and open up into warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale here, cartwheel those hands down, frame that left foot, step back, down dog. Inhale, coming up to the tippy toes, tuck the chin in the chest, plank pose. Dropping the knees down, untuck the toes, child's pose. Inhale here as we drag the hands back, coming to sitting on our heels, hands above the head. Exhale, hands to heart center here. Exhale, twist over towards the right. Inhale, arms come up, and exhale, twist over towards the left. Inhale, arms come above the head, and exhale, hands to heart center here in prayer. Shifting the hips over to one side, swinging the legs forward. We're going to come into a Baddha Konasana, but actually not really Baddha Konasana. We're going to come into a diamond pose here, opening up the QL muscles, pressing those sit bones into the mat. And we're going to do a slow butterfly by raising the knees slowly. Exhale, lowering those knees slowly. See if you can bring them all the way down to the mat. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Guiding the knees back together. We're going to find ourselves coming down to our backs here. We're going to do supine pigeon. So right ankle over the left knee, reaching in between, pulling in front of the knee or behind the thigh, left thigh, knee to the chest. Both feet are flexed. Exhale here, release. Allowing the feet to rock over towards the left side. Taking a nice figure 4 supine twist here. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to push on the inside of our right knee, pushing the knee away from the body, getting a stretch in the QL muscle here. Beautiful passive stretch. Releasing that knee. Inhale, knees to center. Uncrossing the ankles here. We're going to take the left ankle on top of the right knee. Reaching through wherever we can, behind the thigh or in front of that right knee. We're going to pull that right knee towards the chest and coming into our supine pigeon. Opening up the piriformis here. Releasing here, and then we're going to rock those legs over to the right side, keeping the legs in a figure 4, getting a nice passive supine lumbar twist. And then we're going to take that right hand and place it on the left knee and push the left knee away from the body, getting a nice stretch in the QL muscle. Inhale as we come back to center. Uncrossing the ankles here. We're going to lengthen out the legs, but we're going to do a supine twist. So bend that right knee and exhale as we twist over towards the left side, dropping that left knee down, right knee down towards the left side, gluing down the shoulder blades here and gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale as we come back to center, lengthening out the right leg. And exhale as we twist over towards the right, gazing over that left shoulder. Take an inhale as we come back to center here. Bending in the knees. And then bringing the knees out. We're coming into our Savasana. Lengthening out the legs here. We're going to do a wide leg Shavasana. So right ankle towards the right corner of the mat, left ankle towards the left corner of the mat. Arms alongside the body. And then pulling the arms away from the body here. Shoulder blades draw together slightly to create a cradle for the heart. And then I want you to melt, just melt into the ground, releasing every area of tension in the body, relaxing in the face, softening in between the eyebrows, softening the bottom jaw, softening the eyelids. Now let's find stillness here for a few minutes. starting to bring ourselves back to awareness, making small movements in the body, allowing the movements to get bigger, bringing ourselves back to the present moment, bringing all the body parts back together, bending in the knees up to the sky. We're going to roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. Using that top hand, we're going to press it into the mat. And we're going to return to an easy seated position, Sukhasana. Hands come together at heart center here. And thank yourself for showing up. Thank you for joining me this morning in this beautiful, beautiful place in New Mexico. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And I will see you next week. Take care.